friends! Thanks for joining me today and welcome back to our Floral States of America project where we will be working on our 9th state, New Hampshire. New Hampshire's state flower is called the purple lilac and it is a beautiful, beautiful flower to look at. This is a cottoncuts exclusive project where we will be working on a new block for each state that showcases the state's state flower. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. So let's take a closer look at what the fabric is that's been provided for us by Wyndham Fabrics, and let's see what our block for New Hampshire looks like. Okay, friends. So New Hampshire is over here in the New England states, and this is the fabric that has been chosen for us to represent the purple lilac, and I love it. Purple is one of my absolute favorite colors, so this one really speaks to me. And here is the block that we're going to be making. I think they call this a basket. I can't wait to get started on this one. Let's go ahead and go back to the machine and let's get started on making this particular block. New Hampshire is a state in the New England region of the Northeastern United States. It borders Massachusetts to the south, Vermont to the west, Maine and the Gulf of Maine to the east, and the Canadian province of Quebec to the north. The province of New Hampshire was established in 1629, named after the English county of Hampshire. Following mounting tensions between the British colonies and the Crown during the 1760s, New Hampshire saw one of the earliest overt acts of rebellion with the seizing of the Fort William and Mary from the British in 1774. In January 1776, it became the first of the British North American colonies to establish an independent government and state constitution. 6 months later, it signed the United States Declaration of Independence and contributed troops, ships, and supplies in the war against Britain. In June 1788, it was the 9th state to ratify the U.S. Constitution, bringing that document into effect. New Hampshire is referred to as the Granite State because of its numerous granite quarries. The nickname may also reflect the state's attachment to the tradition and its history of a frugal government. There are no general sales or individual income tax, which fits with the state's motto of live free or die. The purple lilac is the official flower of New Hampshire. It represents the resilience and strength of New Hampshire's citizens, which is why it was chosen as the official state flower in 1919. Its vibrant color and intoxicating scent have inspired artists like Vincent van Gogh and Claude Monet, who found beauty in its delicate petals. Next time you hear the annoying screech of your alarm clock, you can thank New Hampshire's own Levi Hutchins. In 1787, Mr. Hutchins invented an alarm clock to wake him up at 4 a.m. Although made for personal use, this alarm clock is the first recorded mechanical alarm clock. However, almost 100 years later, in 1847, Antoine Radier, a Frenchman, would patent an alarm clock that was adjustable. This adjustable alarm clock came with a dial which had a hole for each number. The user just had to insert a pin into the hole of the hour they needed to wake up at. With Halloween fast approaching, it seems appropriate to mention that on October 19, 2013, Let It Shine Incorporated in Keene, New Hampshire, would set the world record for the most lit jack-o'-lanterns. On that evening, 30,581 jack-o'-lanterns would be lit. Keene was the original record holder to this category and has now broken it 8 times since the original attempt. We all have them taking up valuable cabinet space in our kitchen and spend hundreds of hours a year trying to find the correct top for its corresponding bottom. It was here in New Hampshire in 1938 where this indispensable kitchen gadget would be born. I'm of course referring to the airtight plastic containers, better known as Tupperware. American manufacturer Earl Silas Tupper would develop this line of products as part of his ever-growing line of plastic housewares, manufactured by his company first known as Earl S. Tupper Company. These plastic airtight food storage containers with lids modeled after the lid of a paint can would become extremely popular in the 1940s with the introduction of Tupperware parties, where a company representative would provide homeowners with an in-home demonstration of Tupperware's growing line of products. By the 1990s, it was estimated that 90% of all American homes owned at least one piece of Tupperware. Along with the world record for the number of lit jack-o'-lanterns, Concord, New Hampshire also holds another world record. On November 1st, 2009, Matthew Matinsky, owner of Nani's Italian Eatery in Concord, New Hampshire, would receive a plaque from the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest meatball. weighing in at 222.5 pounds. This record beat the previous one of 198.6 pounds set by Los Angeles talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, who had vowed to beat the record previously set in Mexico by 109 pounds. Okay, and this, my friends, is our flower basket. Isn't that really cool? I love that. That looks so awesome. I love the fabric that they've chosen for this particular flower. I think it's beautiful. I like that they're little teeny tiny prints, so they really are showcased very well on these little small pieces. So I love that. All right, our next step is to go ahead and color up New Hampshire on our map. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you exactly what that looks like in just a minute. Okay, New Hampshire is all colored up on our map. You can see it over here in the New England states. And here is a closer look at our block, and you can see how those fabrics are really showcased very, very well. I absolutely love this block. I'm definitely going to use this in another project later on. Okay, friends, well, that's it for the state of New Hampshire. I love the block that we have made for this particular state. It is such a fun little block, and I thought it was so fitting to go along with our flowers that we would have a flower basket. I thought that was really neat of cottoncuts to include that in there. Thank you for joining me today. Please make sure to leave a comment down below and let us know what state you're from. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing so that you are notified the next time we have another video coming up on this series or the next time we have a live stream. Thanks again for joining me, friends, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.